Hello, everyone, and a very good morning, and welcome back to Strike. Today is 4th of March. My name is Sakshi Dhamankar, and a very good morning to you. All of you hopefully have enjoyed your Holi or are still enjoying it. So, let's go back towards first what's taking place in today's stock market update. So if we talk about Nifty, it is currently at 24,365 at around 500 points on the downside, which is about 2% on the downside. And if we talk about Bank Nifty, it is around 1,342 points on the downside, 2.24% on the downside, 58,488 is where is currently Bank Nifty at. So we can clearly see the fall on the Monday. Today we are already, going ahead of that fall. Nifty and Bank Nifty are already a lot of points down as well. Let's have a recap on what exactly we saw on Monday as well. So on Monday, Nifty closed at around 24,866, around 313 points on the downside, after opening sharply lower amid escalation around the US and Iran tensions and rising crude prices. Selling pressure dominated the session. And if we talk about Bank Nifty, it ended up at around 689 points on the downside, around at 59,840 is where Bank Nifty closed on Monday. And apart from this, I think let's now have a look what about the sectors or what about the commodities is what view can we form now, because amid all this US and Iran tension as well as the global data points are currently not matching, and henceforth since the morning, since around almost 2 hours from the opening, we can see there is almost a bloodbath that is taking place in both the indices and almost all the stocks as well. So let's have a look to about how exactly should we go about our markets. So let's continue the discussion by having our analyst over here. So Dhiren is an analyst and he has also joined us. Let's ask him what is the crucial support or what are the crucial levels for Nifty and Bank Nifty that we need to watch out now. So Dhiren, a very good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So yes, today the markets are pretty much negative only. I thought that we might get a bounce back after the opening, but I don't think so. I am not getting any data of bouncing back or anything or any kind of a buying opportunity on the dip. And yes, if you also look at the S&P 500, so yesterday S&P 500 is also fallen by almost 2.5% at the start of the trading session. But post, I guess 1 hour, post almost after the 1 hour, we see a sharp recovery, and almost the market recovered by almost 1.9, 1.8 kind of a percentage, and the S&P 500 end up closing in just by the negative percentage of 1% only, or 0.94 percentage. It have closed
Hmm.
negatively. So nothing major has happened over there. Also, I mean everyone was expecting me there should be some major kind of a breakdown or a major fall, which is expected. I mean, because of this geopolitical reasons. But I mean, something is might be in favor with the US, so that's why I mean the investor or the trader are not that aggressively selling their selling over there. So these things were there, and also apart from that, if we now also look at the commodities as well. So gold and
Yeah.
silver, for me, I was expecting some good bounce because of this. Usually whenever this geopolitical tension arises, usually gold and silver are something considered as a hedge investment, and usually at that time these commodities started rising. But I guess all these things has already been discounted, and there is absolutely no reflection in the commodity cycle as well. Crude oil is something which is rising day by day. Specifically, this Indian crude oil, because of the USD INR also. So USD INR, just to give you a brief, USD INR has also make its all-time highs. And if I check the current trading price is around 92.25. So we are at the all-time highs on the USD INR. Basically, the INR has depreciated a lot as compared with the USD. So yeah, these things are there. And yeah, so let me just quickly share my screen, and I will tell you what exactly is happening.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so currently we are seeing that the Nifty is down by almost 1.99, almost 2% kind of a level. And on the Fridays, no, sorry, Mondays, session, we have discussed that the 24,333 40 kind of a level would be is going to act as a major support zone, and we are exactly at those levels only, and we are trying to form a support or form a kind of a short term base over these levels.
Yes.
If you look at the other momentum indicator, RSI has already reached to the oversold zone, and RMI has
Hmm.
also somewhat reached to its extreme zone. So we might get a pullback, which I am expecting a pullback, because yes, I mean, on the Monday also, after this major gap down, we haven't got any pullback. Although we closed in green as compared with the opening, but we haven't fill the gap, Monday to Friday to Monday gaps, and similar kind of a gap we can also see in the
Hmm.
I mean today's session also. So I mean I should also consider that the Friday to Monday gap is also is can be a breakaway gap. So that means we are breaking down some major support levels. That means we are shifting toward the higher time frame bearish structure. And if I try to draw a trend line at these levels, so no, I guess it was these levels. Hmm. If I extend this to the lower levels, so this was a good trend line that is acting as a, I mean, acting in a weekly and daily time frame. So we finally have broke this trend line, and we are going down after the breakdowns. So any pullback is going to be absolutely a good opportunity for selling on the higher side only.
Hmm.
So now going on, I don't think so we should consider any kind of a long position, at least for I mean, position basis. I'm not looking any kind of long position. We already, obviously we were discussing pharma and other in. I mean, pharma
Yes.
only we were discussing that I mean, one can look for the buying opportunities. But henceforth, I mean, after this massive breakdowns, I don't think so. Based on the technical chart, we can expect any kind of buying opportunity at current levels. At least till maybe like 23,500 kind of a level I'm expecting, based on the wave counts, also based on the price action also. But let's see what exactly is happening. But definitely I'm not going to look at the buying side for at least for a couple of weeks. I'm not looking for the buying. Now on the level front, so definitely we
Yes.
are at the last support zone that we were expected at 24,340 kind of a level. Now post that, if I remove all these levels, and if I just try to recognize this as a pattern, so I can easily draw this as a kind of a rounding top kind of a formation. And the potential target should be the depth of this pattern. So if I consider this range was approximately 7%, and the target should be, after the breakout, should be the 7%. The target is coming toward the 24,000, sorry, 22,400 kind of a level, if this is
Okay.
a rounding top kind of a pattern.
Hmm.
But I don't want to get that much aggressive. So let me take the 50% till the 23,500 kind of a level that will be expected in the coming sessions. So
Okay.
yeah, 24,400, maybe 400 seems to be like a proper
Hmm.
50% of this target. So 24,400 would be the proper support zone. So overall,
Okay.
yeah, on Nifty, the trend is looking extremely bearish. Next support I'm expecting is at the 23,400. No recommendation on the buy side. And if I getting any kind of a jump, that would be a proper kind of a setup for salon jump kind of category.
Absolutely. So 23,500 is, according to you, the perfect support that we are currently seeing in Nifty. Apart from that, I'd also like to highlight, I think since past 2 weeks, we have been talking, daily we have been talking about how bearish Nifty looks. And I think in the past two sessions, two trading sessions, we can clearly see majority of the levels are broken. Apart from that, Dhiren, let's once now shift towards a Bank Nifty as well. Once you are done with Nifty, of course. But because Bank Nifty is also showing us a fall of about 1,000 points or more, and today we can clearly see in percentage Bank Nifty has fallen more than Nifty as well. So would you still say that Bank Nifty is fairly, positive than Nifty?
Definitely, Bank Nifty is slightly relatively stronger than the Nifty on the intraday basis. Also, in this fall, also the Bank Nifty is looking slightly stronger as compared with the Nifty. But overall, the broader market is bearish, and I don't want to consider any kind of a buying
Hmm.
opportunity or in these. I mean, obviously there would be some sectors like pharma, maybe the finance sector or the banking sector. These are the five sector still I mean relatively they are falling less as compared with the Nifty, but overall the broader market trend is bearish only, so I don't want to risk my capital to look for the buying opportunities and risk it all. So
Hmm.
yeah, but just before jumping toward the Bank Nifty, I quickly wanted to discuss the few of the
Tools.
sentiments indicator in the
Yes.
Nifty only. So as we have already discussed the Nifty, so if I look at the swing indicator, that is the daily swing indicator, that is that so basically it is a kind of a short term indicator, and this indicator is telling me that the indicator has came toward the oversold zone, and soon a bounce might be expected from this. Obviously, I am not saying that you should look for the buying opportunity, but definitely you should not look for the selling opportunity at current level. Then based on this indicator, whenever we get the bounce, we should definitely look for the selling opportunity at any kind of a rise. Now,
Hmm.
one thing you can also do this. If I mark this horizontal line in this indicator at the 50 kind of a levels, and whenever this indicator touch toward the 50 levels, I can also look at these 50 level kind of indicator range for selling opportunities as well, or either I will wait for the indicator to come toward the 80-90 kind of a overbought zone, then I will look for the selling opportunities.
Hmm.
But if the market is aggressive and market is continually falling, then I don't think so this indicator will go toward the overbought zone. So 50 should be the level when can look at the daily swing indicator for the selling. Similarly, let me also discuss the average swing also. So average swing is
Okay.
slightly longer time frame indicator of the daily swing, smoothened by some
Hmm.
few moving average calculation. So this indicator is also saying that the levels are I mean the indicator has reached to the oversold level and a bounce is definitely expected. So based
Hmm.
on two indicators, and these are precisely good indicator on the short term basis. So I don't want to miss on that also. So let wait patiently and let this rise or jump came into the market, and whenever we are getting some good opportunity,
Hmm.
good opportunities on the jump, then we'll look for the selling on at the higher levels. Yeah, these
Yes.
are the two specific indicators that I wanted to discuss, and few on the diffusion indicator, that
Yes.
is the percentage of stock below the above below the moving average, and on the percentage of stocks above the 20 moving average. So we are, I mean, out of the Nifty 50 stocks, there are hardly any 20% of the stocks. Not 20, I mean 10% of the stocks that are above the 20 moving average, and the rest all are below the 20 moving averages. That means that the short term breadth is shifted toward the extreme oversold zone. So based on this
Hmm.
also, I can expect some kind of a bounce. Let me also look at the Nifty percentage of stocks above the 200 moving averages. So 200 moving averages is slightly longer time frame kind of a levels,
Hmm.
and obviously we are looking at the daily chart. So based on that also, I mean, I'm seeing that the indicator is breaking few of the levels, but still there is more room ahead for the oversold zone. So the I mean, currently we are at the 38 40 levels, and we have levels till 20. So on the positional basis, there are downside levels. So this is not a I mean obviously on the positional basis there are room for the downside, so we can expect those kind of downside levels as well. On the short term, definitely based on the swing and daily swing, the bounce is expected. But on this diffusion, specifically on the 200 moving average, a fall is continue, and any kind of a jump is a good opportunity for sell. So yeah, these are the 3 4 indicators which
Hmm.
I wanted to highlight.
Perfect. I think diffusion was one of the indicators that we were discussing it before the stream as well, that we have to show it today. And guys, if you still haven't signed up to Strike, because these all indicators are available for free for the first 7 days All the tools that we are using currently in the stream are available on our platform. You just have to sign up to the link and you get not just these tools, that the ones that we are showing, but apart from this, a lot of other tools are also available. You can also have a look at the financials of a company, at the investing part of a company, and then then you can make your decision as well. So currently, if you haven't still signed up for the application, go on the description, click on the sign up link, and please sign up. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment section or even contact our support team. So yes, Dhiren, now that we have showed a few of the tools as well and explained about them, one thing I would like to ask, I think we were talking about Bank Nifty before this,
Yes,
and
yeah,
a few
yeah,
levels of Bank
Bank
Nifty.
Nifty. Hmm. So let me also, switch toward the Bank Nifty. Now, Bank Nifty is currently down by 2.2 percentage,
Hmm.
which is in percentage terms slightly weaker as compared with the Nifty. And
Yes.
yes, I mean the we were expecting this rising wedge kind of a pattern, and I guess couple of last few recordings and few sessions we were discussing that this is a kind of a rising wedge pattern, and once we get the breakdown, we are going to
Hmm.
get a massive fall in the Bank Nifty as well. And this is something exactly is happening. And if I try to also draw this kind of a pattern on a longer time frame, I can also draw
Hmm.
this. Just so this is kind of a rising pattern also is there, and we are almost breaking down these patterns. So these things are there, and on a longer time frame we are breaking this kind of a falling wedge, sorry, rising wedge patterns. And then definitely, I mean, the overall positional basis also,
Hmm.
the things are shifting toward the negative. So I guess this, if you are holding any investment, that would be might be the right time, to exit. Also, I mean, majority of the stocks are, stocks or and the indices are looking bearish. Now, on the level front, the closest support I can expect at the 37,830 kind of a level.
Okay.
And if this level also break down, then the next support would be somewhere between the 55,850 kind of level. So these kind of big levels I am expecting, if I mean the
Hmm.
momentum stay in this continuation only, and the trend remain bearish. So these kind of a downside momentum I am expecting on the daily time frame.
Okay. Perfect. So, any important level for Bank Nifty Ethereum that people need to watch out, like definite support that, as we got to know, for Nifty.
So
Similarly, any
yeah, yeah.
support?
So the recently, I mean, the recent, the immediate support which one can expect is around 57,830 kind of a level. And if you are, someone looking at the sell on bounce kind of a, levels, then I
Hmm.
can draw this Fibonacci retracement level. And whenever I get these, maybe till around 38.2 percentage, that would be 59,600, 620 kind of a level, and 60,000 kind of a zone. So
Hmm.
from 59,600 to 60,000, a kind of a zone, if I'm getting this, kind of a levels, then I will definitely look for selling opportunities at these levels.
Hmm.
And yeah, the immediate support would be 57,830 kind of a level. And post that, if that support also break down, then the next support would be the 55,800, 830 kind of a level. Overall,
Okay.
the in this also, if you look at the momentum indicator, the RSI is moving toward the overbought zone, but still
Hmm.
haven't gone toward the oversold zone. And if still haven't got toward the oversold zone, currently it's at the 34 kind of a level. And
Hmm.
RMI has already gone below the zero line. So overall, things are looking negative only. A short term bounce maybe can expected because of the Nifty and because of the different momentum indicator going toward the over sold kind of a zone. But definitely any jump would be a good kind of a selling opportunities.
Correct. Absolutely. So currently, right now, we are still bearish on both the indices, and Dhiren has also given us levels for Nifty and Bank Nifty, the important supports. Dhiren, apart from the IT sector, the auto sector, pharma, that we every session we talk about, any other sector that you feel can take a good turn out of the whole scenario that is taking place?
Let me discuss, few of the metal stocks also today, and
Okay.
few of the metal, this indices. So in the metal indices, I can see that, this fall is not looking kind of a normal fall. We are
Hmm.
also in this also we are, we have already given, we have got this trend line breakdown. And if I try to draw this support zone, so this was a previous, key kind of a support zone that we are, breaking down. Historically, we have took two times support at these, like yellow box, and now we are breaking down this zone. And if you also look at these stocks, if I look at specifically, I was looking at the, I guess it was Tata Steel. So Tata Steel being a heavy weightage, yeah. So we are, if I draw this channel, so we are
Hmm.
breaking this channel in the Tata Steel as well. So I mean, this is a good, kind of a long-term channel that we are breaking out in the daily time frame. In the sale also, we are breaking down this, kind of a rising wedge break up, pattern. And a couple of, similar kind of a pattern I can see in the metal. So metal is also, turning around. And as metal is just started to turn around, once one will get, good opportunities in the metal index on the sell side.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, one can definitely consider this metal index. And if I also want to check the ratio chart, let me also, quickly check the ratio chart.
Okay.
So I will add this ratio chart. So in the numerator, I'm selecting Nifty metals, and in the denominator, this would be Nifty 50. Add to it's already there, yeah. So yeah, I got this kind of a, I mean, the above is the Nifty metals and below is the ratio chart. And I can see that the ratio is trying to, form the double top kind of a, pattern. And
Hmm.
now we are, breaking down from this double top. And so I mean, this kind of a pattern is, forming, and definitely we can expect some breakdown. If you also quickly look at the Nifty auto to Nifty 50 ratio, as it's already there in my watch list. So in that also, the previous, kind of a resistance we were, marking, now it's working out. And the ratio is started to fall in. Then let me also have a look on the Nifty Pharma. So
Hmm.
Nifty Pharma, is the ratio is still increasing because the relative strength is, greater in the pharma. But definitely overall the overall the broader market is bearish. So I will avoid Nifty Pharma for the time being.
Hmm.
Then comes Nifty Reality, and Nifty Reality is also, playing very good. I mean, the relative is strong. If I, have to draw a trend line, this ratio is taking resistance from this trend line and going down only. So that means the relative strength is weaker only in the Nifty Reality. And the index is, continues to go down on the uh, any kind of a gem. Then the
Okay.
Nifty bank ratio chart is also, still increasing only because the relative strength is there in the banks. But I don't want
Hmm.
to consider any kind of a buying opportunities. So yeah, these things are there on the ratio chart front.
Perfect. So I think we have seen a lot of sectors as well. Dhiren, one question is going to be there. What do you think people can now do about the commodities as well? Because a lot of times we have seen that once there is a certain amount of correction, or if we call it a crash, then people tend to move towards commodities. They tend to move towards gold or silver. So what do you think can be the view for those type of commodities right now?
So in commodities also, I'm not very much, aggressively bullish. If you
Okay.
look at the gold, and we have already discussed it, that if we are, breaking this 5,001, 177 kind of a level, that we will turn bearish on the, gold. And we have already, break this. Let me draw it properly in charts. So we have, break these kind of a channel as well. And now this
Hmm.
channel has we also been, broken. So two kind of a, support zone we have seen this, as a breakdown. And I mean, suppose that I'm not expecting any kind of a buying opportunity, because see the previous fall.
Hmm.
See, this previous fall was a, impulsive kind of a fall, and this entire thing is a retracement of this fall. And now the as per the, Dow theory, as per the trend, now it will follow its, previous trend, and it will, go for its, further correction. So
Correct.
correction is only expected in gold only. And we all, after the breakout, the I mean the next support zone on the US gold side would be the 4,680 kind of a level on the obviously on the positional size. And if
Hmm.
the gold goes beyond the 3,000 sorry 5,350 kind of a level, which I will mark this in my charts also. So
Okay.
5,350 370 kind of a level, if the gold goes above this, then we might turn again bullish on the gold. But till then I just wanted to stick with my bearish view only, as the overall or the daily weekly time frame structure, I mean, it's not looking very much bearish kind of a thing.
Convincing. Yeah.
Yeah, let me also have a look on the weekly time frame, that what exactly is happening. I will draw, hide my
Okay.
this chart. So in the weekly time frame, we have on the this 26th of January, the this weekly candle, we have seen this kind of a strong rejection,
Hmm.
candle forming some kind of a shooting star. And now today, I mean, in this week also, we are some forming some kind of a spinning type top kind of a pattern, which means there is strong indecision in the gold market. And still, if you look at the daily time frame, we got a bearish engulfing pattern as well. So overall, the on the candlestick pattern, I mean, the structure is looking bearish. And similar kind of thing we can also expect in the silver as well. Silver, silver has also given this rising wedge kind of a pattern, and now it's breaking down. And obviously the RSI has been came to the oversold zone. So a temporary bounce might be expected in gold and silver, but overall on the positional basis, the view remain bearish. Lastly, on the crude oil, so crude oil, as we were discussing on the Monday, that we got the breakout, but the the whatever the candle was forming, it was
Hmm.
a red candle, and I told that we should at least wait for a one or two green candles to
Correct.
confirmation, to confirm on this. And we are getting this, two red candles, side by side, post the Monday, gap up. So definitely this, breakout has been confirmed, and this gap, which is, still there, we will consider this as a breakaway gap only. And the crude oil overall, is expected to go up. So yeah, I mean, crude oil is looking very good, attractive. And if you are looking for crude oil mining stock, you can definitely have a look on those stocks like ONGC and others. But overall, I mean, the Indian broader market is not looking very good. So I mean, be careful with those things as well.
Hmm.
So I guess we have covered the commodities as well.
Yes, 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 absolutely. I think we have covered mostly all the segments. We have talked about Nifty, Bank Nifty, even with commodities and sectors. I think, Dhiren, lastly, anything else that you would like to share with the audience? Any advice or anything of that sort?
Yes, I let me also have a look on the options data as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So I will look at the Nifty cumulative option data. So still we can see that the call writers are active. That means the market is not trying to go up, and I mean, but the option writers are not trying to push the market towards the upside. I mean, obviously, based on the indicator that we discussed, it's showing in daily swing. So based on
Hmm.
that, the bounce is expected. But for the confirmation, you should also wait on the intraday. This intraday histograms. If the
Hmm.
put writers started increasing, and at the at some time, if you see that the put writers are greater than the call writers, then that would be a definitely confirmation that market has formed a short term base. And now, I mean,
Hmm.
for maybe for like 1 or 2 days, we might go up in the market. But definitely based on the geopolitical tension, the naked option trading should be avoided. You should trade with a proper hedge
Absolutely.
kind of a strategy. So
Hmm.
these things will be also there. But overall, yeah, as I told, the overall sentiments is longer time frame kind of a bearish only. In short time
Hmm.
frame, any bounce can be expected, but that should be counted as the selling opportunities only.
Hmm.
Yes, and I guess we have some few of the question if you wanted to take from the live.
Yes, yes, yes. I think there was a question about can you provide your view on the diffusion indicator? I think we have already done that. If you want to give us gist about it, Dhiren, I think we can do that once if you just want to highlight it
Sure. I
for.
mean, basically, we have discussed all the diffusion indicator, and the 20 moving average. The stocks about the 20 moving average, Nifty 50 has already reached to the
Yes.
oversold zone kind of a category. Nifty 200, we have some more rooms to go down. So on a broader, I mean, on the positional basis, we have more room, but on the shorter time frame, we have formed a base. Similarly, apart from this moving average, you can also get this other kind of indicator as well. So stocks stocks with the RSI, greater than 50 or lower than 50. So if majority of the stocks, I mean, what their RSI indicator are doing. So I have the RSI indicator of that specific stock has reached to overbought and oversold zone of entire Nifty 50. So we'll get a breadth of that indicator as well.
Yes.
Similarly, you have this ADX, MACD, and the and one of indicator, that is the RMI indicator as
Hmm.
well. So based on these few analysis, you can try to make a view that what exactly the I mean the market is going to do based on this indicator calculation.
Absolutely. I think hopefully they have heard your words on diffusion indicator. I think the next question is about any view that you would like to share on Reliance Industries.
Yes. So Reliance is, I mean, on the shorter time frame, we can see this, this is a major kind of a support zone, and we are, somewhat, forming some kind of a rejection from the lower levels. But on a broader market, I can also, see this. We are forming some kind of a, left head, right head, head and sorry, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. So some kind of a head and shoulder pattern we have formed, and
Hmm.
once we get a proper red candle and breakdown for these support zone, then we can expect the breakdown, and then we can move towards the downside. So broadly, I mean on the higher time frame, we can definitely expect a fall in the lines as well as I mean
Yes.
with I mean the every market is every index is looking very strongly. So Reliance would not someone who will push the market,
Hmm.
and yeah, and on the short term we can get a bounce as we were expecting in Nifty, but overall the in the broader market remain bearish only.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think there is second view that they want to know is about HDFC Bank.
Yes. HDFC Bank, we have already discussed that there is some, very strong distribution is going on in the HDFC, and
Yes.
HDFC, as we have seen the weightages also have, reduced drastically and in the Nifty
Hmm.
50 stocks, and many of the, DIS also, many of the big investors also, selling the HDFC banks. Obviously, there would be some fundamental reason which I am not currently aware of, but I mean, the overall, if you look at the weekly time frame also, the overall structure is not looking, I mean, good for the
Yes.
HDFC Bank, and the also this specific stock has not performed well also. So relatively weaker stocks plus the weaker fundamental. So overall, the on a longer time frame, though, it's definitely a kind of
Hmm.
a sell on bounce kind of a stock only. And in the shorter time frame, I'm also not expecting anything kind of a bounce or anything. I
Hmm.
mean, if you are getting any kind of a bounce in HDFC also, we can also look for the selling opportunities in this as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think let's go on towards the next question. Okay. Asian Paints PE is that is the okay. First, I think there is a question about LNT PE.
L&T,
So they wanted
yes.
to.
So yeah, Larsen and Double, I mean, obviously we cannot give you a suggestion on the stock specific that you should buy call or P. But overall, if I have just just wanted to give you a technical view in the L&D. So on a shorter time frame, we might expect a bounce in the L&D time frame, because we have reached to this major support zone, and RSI is also heading towards the overbought zone, and obviously, so there is a concept of mean reversion. When the stock is extended to highly extended toward the goes beyond the averages, then the stock tend to reverse to its mean. So
Hmm.
kind of a bounce can be expected, but definitely
Yes.
I we cannot recommend you anything on the call and put side.
Absolutely. So I think there is one interesting question that someone has asked. It's about kindly share impact of VIX and IV on option premiums.
Okay, so kindly share the impact of VIX and IV on option premium. So basically, VIX is currently, definitely up by 23%. I forgot to discuss that, and we are, going toward the extreme zone of the VIX. So definitely, how this is going to impact the option prices. So basically, lower VIX is, is equal to the lower premium, and higher VIX is equal to higher premium. So this is a very easy thing one can remember on the VIX side. And as VIX is going to increase, there is a one concept of put call parity. That means either the market is falling, but because of the VIX is increasing, the call prices of option call prices also going to increase only. So these things are there. So I mean, so if the VIX is increasing and the stock is not going anywhere, then do the option price tend to increase because of the increasing of the VIX. And obviously, VIX and IV is kind of a similar thing. Only VIX is basically the historical volatility. IV is the forecasted or the expected volatility. So kind of similar thing only, but yeah, both these things are suggest that the prices of the options are is going to increase despite the momentum of the specific asset.
Absolutely. I think we have taken almost all the questions. And yes, I think, Dhiren, this was all from the viewer side. I think if any at all, any other questions they have to ask, they can still put it into the comment section. But I think lastly, Dhiren, any advice to the audience, anything else that you would want to share?
Yes, so I mean, obviously, we are in a kind of a situation where market is not absolutely looking very good. So be very much careful. Do not consider any kind of a dip as a long term dip and start putting your money in those kind of a stocks. And just lastly, the disclaimer that whatever the stock and asset that we have discussed is just for the education purpose only, and we are not recommending you for any buy or sell kind of a signals or category. And if you are still want to trade in these kind of stocks or commodities or the derivatives, do trade with a proper risk management.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this was about it all in today's session, and of course, we'll be meeting today after the closing of the markets as well at around 4 or 4:30 p.m. And if you still haven't yet signed up for the application, go to the description. There is a link in the description. Click on that. You will get to use all these different tools that we were discussing throughout the session. All these tools are available for free for the first 7 days. If you have any doubts or any questions, you can call our support team, or else you can put the questions in our description box as well. And if at all there are any questions on this particular stream and that we haven't taken, we'll be making sure that we take it in today's post market session as well. So right now, one disclaimer from my end over here: the we have might have discussed a lot about today in today's session about some stocks, about some indices, or some sectors. I do not hold any personal positions. All this was for educational purposes. So right now, I think this is the time that we bid an order to every one of you, and we'll meet you today itself in the post market session. Thank you everyone for joining with us today in this live stream. Thank you so much.